Have you ever considered the true depth of connection, the profound responsibility that comes with intimacy? What if I told you that within every choice we make in that space lies an opportunity for incredible growth or a path to unnecessary suffering? Many walk blindly, guided by impulse rather than insight. But by the end of this journey together, you will possess a clarity, a wisdom that transforms not just your actions, but your very understanding of self and other. This isn't just about protection, it's about profound self respect and mutual reverence. Stay with me, because the final insight is the key to true liberation. Inner stillness. Before we can even begin to speak of external practices, we must first turn our gaze inward. True safety, true protection, begins not with a barrier, but with a state of being. How often do we rush into moments, driven by desire, by societal expectation, by a fleeting impulse, without first grounding ourselves, without listening to the quiet wisdom that resides within? This hurriedness, this lack of presence, is the first and perhaps most significant vulnerability we carry. It is in this state of inner turbulence that we are most prone to make choices that do not serve our highest good nor the good of another. To cultivate inner stillness is to create a foundation of clarity, a space where decisions are made not from reaction, but from a place of deep knowing. Imagine a calm lake. When its surface is still, you can see clearly to the bottom. When it is disturbed, all is obscured. Our inner world is no different. The practice, then, is to pause, to breathe, to feel the ground beneath our feet, to reconnect with the authentic self before engaging with another. This is not a complex ritual, but a simple act of mindfulness that shifts our entire perspective. Without this inner anchor, any external practice, however diligent, becomes merely a superficial act, lacking the true power of conscious intention. We are not just physical beings, we are a confluence of mind, body, and spirit. To ignore one aspect is to create an imbalance. So, before you consider any external step, ask yourself, am I truly present? Is my mind clear? Is my heart open yet discerning? This question alone can be a powerful guide, illuminating paths that were previously hidden by the fog of unconscious action. This stillness is not a void, it is a fertile ground from which all truly wise actions spring. It allows us to perceive not just the immediate gratification, but the ripple effects of our choices, both for ourselves and for those we share intimacy with. Mutual respect. The dance of intimacy is a dialogue, not a monologue. And at the heart of any profound and healthy dialogue lies mutual respect. This respect is not merely an absence of disrespect, it is an active cultivation of honor, understanding, and valuing the other's being as much as your own. When we approach intimacy with this mindset, the concept of safe practices transcends mere physical barriers and becomes an expression of genuine care. It means engaging in open, honest communication, not just about desires, but about boundaries, about health, about expectations. It's about recognizing that the other person is a complete universe with their own history, their own vulnerabilities, their own needs. To truly respect another is to listen, not just with your ears, but with your entire being. It means understanding that no is a complete sentence, and that yes must be enthusiastic, free, and fully informed. Without this foundation of mutual respect, any act, no matter how physically safe it appears, can carry hidden wounds. These are the wounds of feeling unheard, unseen, or undervalued. Therefore, before physical touch, before shared vulnerability. There must be a meeting of minds and hearts in a space of complete trust and honor. This trust is built through consistent, honest interaction, through demonstrating that you see the other person not as an object for your gratification, but as a cherished individual deserving of dignity and care. Consider this: when two people genuinely respect each other, the conversation around safe practices becomes natural, unforced, and even empowering. It's no longer an awkward obligation, but a shared commitment to well being. It is in this space of mutual respect that true intimacy, both physical and emotional, can flourish without fear, without regret. It transforms a potentially fraught discussion into an act of profound connection. Conscious choice. Every moment is an opportunity for choice. And within the realm of intimacy, conscious choice is paramount. It is the bridge between intention and action, between awareness and responsibility. Many of us navigate these waters on autopilot, allowing impulse or external pressures to dictate our direction. But the path of wisdom, the path of true protection, demands a higher level of engagement. It requires us to step back, to breathe, and to deliberately choose. This means choosing to educate ourselves, to understand the implications of our actions, and to equip ourselves with the necessary tools and knowledge. It means choosing communication over assumption, honesty over convenience, and long-term well-being over immediate gratification. A conscious choice is one made with full awareness of the potential outcomes, both positive and challenging. It acknowledges responsibility, not as a burden, but as an inherent aspect of our freedom. When we choose consciously, we are not simply reacting to a situation. We are actively shaping it. We are asserting our agency, our inner strength, in a way that safeguards not only our physical health, but also our emotional and spiritual integrity. This also extends to choosing when to engage and when to refrain. There is immense power in discernment, in knowing when a connection aligns with your values and when it does not. To choose consciously is to honor your inner compass, to trust your intuition, and to act in alignment with your deepest self. It frees us from the cycle of regret that often follows choices made in haste or without full consideration. It empowers us to be the architects of our intimate experiences rather than passive participants. This is not about rigid rules, but about the flexible wisdom of an awakened mind, capable of assessing, understanding, and then acting with deliberate intent, ensuring that our choices in intimacy are always an affirmation of life and well-being. Open dialogue. Words have power. And in the delicate dance of intimacy, open dialogue is not merely an option, it is an absolute necessity. Yet, how often do we shy away from these conversations, fearing awkwardness, misunderstanding, or even rejection? This reluctance, however, creates a far greater risk: the risk of unspoken assumptions, unaddressed concerns, and ultimately, preventable harm. Open dialogue means cultivating a space where both individuals feel safe to express their truths, their desires, their boundaries, and their health status without judgment. It means asking questions, not just once, but whenever new situations arise. It means actively listening to the answers, not just formulating your next statement. This conversation is not a one-time event. It is an ongoing practice, a continuous thread woven into the fabric of the relationship. It is about building a foundation of trust so strong that no topic, however sensitive, is off limits. True intimacy thrives in an environment of transparency, where vulnerability is met with understanding and care, not exploitation or dismissal. The absence of dialogue leaves too much to chance, too much to unspoken fears and assumptions. It creates gaps that can be filled with misunderstanding, leading to unintended consequences that could have been easily avoided with a few honest words. Remember, communication is a skill, and like any skill, it can be cultivated and refined. It requires courage, patience, and a genuine desire to connect on a deeper level. When we engage in open dialogue, we are not just exchanging information, we are affirming our respect for each other, strengthening the bonds of trust, and collaboratively creating a space where physical and emotional well being are prioritized. It transforms a potentially difficult subject into an act of profound care, shared responsibility. In the realm of intimacy, safety is never a solitary endeavor. It is a shared responsibility, a mutual commitment undertaken by all involved. To believe that protection falls solely on one individual is a profound misunderstanding of the interconnectedness of human experience. When we engage intimately, we are entering a shared space, a co created reality, and thus, the well being of that space becomes a collective concern. This means actively participating in discussions about protection, not just passively agreeing. It means both partners taking steps to ensure their own health and to openly share that information. It means recognizing that the choices made by one person directly impact the other, and vice versa. There is no hierarchy in this responsibility. Both are equally accountable, equally invested in the outcome. This shared responsibility fosters a deeper level of trust and partnership. It transforms a potentially adversarial dynamic where one person might feel responsible for protecting the other into a collaborative effort built on mutual care. When both individuals actively embrace this shared duty, the burden is lessened and the collective strength is amplified. It empowers each person to be a proactive participant in their own well being and in the well being of the relationship. To shirk this responsibility, to place it solely on the shoulders of another, is to demonstrate a lack of respect, a lack of awareness, and ultimately, a lack of true understanding of the nature of intimate connection. Therefore, let us cultivate a mindset where safety is not an obligation, but a shared intention, a conscious agreement to honor and protect one another through every choice, every action, every shared breath in the intimate dance of life. This collective understanding creates a sanctuary where true connection can flourish, unburdened by fear or unspoken concerns. Inner wisdom, ultimately, the deepest layer of protection, the most profound guardian of our well being in intimacy, comes from within. It is an activation of our inner wisdom, a listening to the subtle guidance that whispers to us when we quiet the noise of external desires and societal pressures. This inner wisdom is not a set of rules, it is an intuitive knowing, a felt sense of what is truly right and aligned for us. It's the quiet voice that tells us to pause, to question, or to move forward with confidence. How often do we override this inner voice, driven by fear of missing out, by a desire to please, or by a momentary craving? To truly protect ourselves and our partners, we must cultivate the capacity to listen to this wisdom, to trust its guidance, and to act in accordance with its profound insights. This requires a regular practice of self reflection, of connecting with our authentic selves, away from the demands and distractions of the world. It's about building a strong inner sanctuary where clarity can emerge. When we are deeply attuned to our inner wisdom, our choices around intimacy become effortless and aligned. We intuitively know who to connect with, when to engage, and how to navigate the complexities with grace and integrity. This is not about external safeguards alone. It is about cultivating an internal compass that always points us towards true well being. This inner wisdom is our most reliable guide, our truest protector, allowing us to navigate the beautiful and sometimes challenging landscape of intimacy with unwavering confidence and peace. It reminds us that true safety is an inside job, a reflection of our connection to our deepest self, and a testament to the power of conscious living. May your choices always spring from this place of profound self knowledge. We have explored the path from inner stillness to shared responsibility, culminating in the profound guidance of inner wisdom. Remember, intimacy is not merely a physical act, it is a profound energetic exchange, an opportunity for deep connection and growth. To approach it with consciousness, respect, and shared intention is to transform a simple act into a sacred experience, one that honors both yourself and your partner. True protection comes not from fear, but from a place of deep understanding and unwavering self respect, radiating outwards to embrace those you connect with.